Hi there, it's Susan from SusanWinter.net. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I've got more question and answer, and this is a good one because how many times have we wondered why our ex is contacting us and what they really want? This one's from Janet L, but I have to tell you before we do this, I marvel at the synchronicity. First of all, I love it when I've done a video and then that day I look at your comments, you're like, I can't believe you're talking about this because I was just wondering about this question. You've just answered it for me. So don't you know, I just had an interview from The Independent in the UK about this very question, why, what it means. There was an article in Business Insider that included some research that suggested that, forgive me, when men are wanting to stay in contact with an ex, that they find dominantly that the reason is for sex or because of some other resource benefit. Now, we can't say that that is gender specific for everybody. That's what this research came up with. I'm going to tell you what I think the reasons are, but firstly, here is Janet's letter so that we can kind of frame this properly. So Janet L writes, "Hi Susan, hope you're well." I'm great, thanks Janet. Okay, speaking of breakups, could you do a video on why exes want to stay in touch after a breakup? That's a really good question. Is it to keep their options open, someone to talk to, booty calls, or something more? I'm speaking about men wanting this, but I'm sure women do too, and you're correct. It is gender neutral. Okay, the answer is yes, 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 and yes, all of the above. Here's the thing, when you have contact from your ex, you can assume one thing for sure. They are testing the waters. They're testing the water of communication. That you know. Otherwise, there would be no communication. Oftentimes, this is a prelude to another conversation that they want to have. And again, we don't know if that other conversation is, do you want to get together for drinks? What are you doing Friday night? We don't know. But by testing the waters, by putting out some form of contact to gauge your emotional temperature, are you warm? Are you cold? Is the door open? That's the first realm that we know for sure. What they want, you're not going to know until you start to investigate. So here is the one thing you do need to know. Why do you care? Do you want to have contact? What is the benefit to you? And what is the cost? That's it. Just because they reach out doesn't mean you're required to respond. And if they reach out and ask a question, yes, social decorum may indicate that you respond, but you have to judge all of this according to what happened in your relationship and your breakup. Please, I beg you, don't jump to the hopefulness that can be harmful. That is, oh my God, they want me back. I know, see, they came to their senses. No, they might not have come to their senses. They might have been bored on a Friday night, had a couple drinks, and, thought about you. I wish I could make it beautiful all the time, but I need to be honest with you. Until you know, you don't know. But you have to ask yourself, do I care to proceed? What is the benefit to you? And while the research that I mentioned at the top of this video seems to indicate that normally 80% are looking for sex or some resource benefit, which could be, resources could be your time, your money, your attention, your assistance. You don't know. So ask yourself, do I care to find out? How far into this communication do I want to go? If, for any reason, you are still madly and desperately in love with your partner, and you've not had time to fall out of love with them sexually, this may be a very dangerous road for you to take, and I do not suggest doing it without professional help. Get some guidance to help you along the way, because you want to protect yourself and you want to be smart. So Janet, I hope this helps you. Yes, all of the above. There are some good things about our exes. It's comfortable. There were good times. It wasn't all bad. Let's be honest. You wouldn't have been there if it were all bad. Now the question becomes, how stable, confident, and secure are you in wanting to have contact enough to find out what they want? But again, the most important thing is not what they want. What do you want? I hope this helps you. Susan Winter for SusanWinter.net. Thank you so much for your awesome, awesome letters. The synchronicity is crazy. I love this. If you want a second opinion, if you want somebody to hold your hand, stand by your side, and walk you through this, I am more than happy to be that person. Check out my consultation page. But as always, I wish you a wonderful time dating and discovering who you are in the process, which is really what that's all about. We think it's about the person. You know what? In the end, it's really about us. What are we learning about ourselves? That's it. So I wish you all very well, and thank you again for your messages and for your wonderful questions. Susan Winter for SusanWinter.net. Thanks.